What's up, ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, Fitz. How you guys doing? Like I promised, I'm going to go over my little Tempest Cup 3 battles, testing and playing around with different types of Pokemon video here, and I'm going to just talk over it, why certain Pokemon worked, why they didn't, why I chose the Pokemon first, yada yada yada. I'm just going to talk over this video here as we go along throughout. So, first off, I throw out Lapras. Lapras is a pretty good lead. It's very high in HP, like one of the highest HPs, if not the highest, in all of Great League. He throws out Whiscash. Now, Frost Breath did get a buff and does more damage. With Whiscash, it does neutral damage because the Ice is doing super effective damage to the ground type part of Whiscash, but it's not doing that much damage against the Ice or the water part. So, because of this, I knew Silph was going to do neutral damage as well, and Silph charges up quicker, so it's a little bit easier to, you know, especially being a tank and throwing out first, to get those shields off. And I knew I also could take these Mud Bombs as they didn't do that much damage. So I kept Lapras out, and I decided because of the Mud Bombs, I could take, and Lapras was tanky enough to do so. And I knew this next Silph would take out this Whiscash. I waited a little bit too to charge up the next Silph, and lo and behold, Whiscash is gone. So I already have more than halfway up a Silph ready to go. I should be able to get another Silph off, and it's Lantern. Now Lantern, of course, is not going to take hardly any damage whatsoever from either my quick move or my charge move. But nonetheless, I was able to get one off because I knew he wouldn't use his shield. So any damage is better than nothing. I'll take it. Already down to almost a third. So my next Pokemon I chose was tough because I didn't want to bring out the Skarmory yet. I went ahead and went with Piloswine. I knew Piloswine would get Avalanche quicker than Lantern, and then he made a very bad mistake here. He told me this. He doesn't know why he switched out, but that's the thing about PvP. You make mistakes. It's a very quick-paced thing. You make mistakes. I do highly recommend Piloswine or even Ice Beam and Frost Breath Lapras to counter Altaria. By the way, Piloswine's a beast. And I went ahead and used my shield here, actually, because I'm like, you know what? I could probably get another Avalanche off before I die. And I think I do. Yes, I do. That's why I shielded. And then, of course, he's just got Lantern left. I still have Skarmory. Which actually gets pretty close since I don't have any more shields. The Thunderbolt does do super effective damage, which is scary, but Lantern's health is low enough to where I won't have to worry about it, thankfully, and I know in my mind that I will get my Sky Attack before Lantern because Air Slash has a higher EPT than Water Gun. So I knew that right off the bat, right out of the gates. So there it is, game 1. Got it. Skarmory is good for not an ending Pokemon to use, more like a middle, but it was used in Showcase successfully of being a end Pokemon, you know, your third slot Pokemon that you send out. Lapras can be used as a lead. Lapras can be used to tank towards the end. So, going up to the next one, I had some issues trying to figure out what Pokemon I wanted to use. I wanted to try out Tropius, and as you notice, it's nowhere near 1500 CP. So I went ahead and typed in some of my Tempest Cup Pokemon, and I'm like, which ones do I want to use? I kind of know some of the Pokemon that he has. He did have an Altaria. Maybe I'll go ahead and lead with Altaria. Especially since there's not very many Pokemon that threaten Altaria in this league, if you think about it. Like, you should guaranteed have some kind of Pokemon that can counter it with Ice moves. Like, on your team of 3. I mean, on your team of 3. So right then and there, I knew this was going to be a pretty good matchup. Dragon Breath does a lot of damage. It doesn't have better EPT than Air Slash, I do believe. I believe he gets his off first. No, I guess he doesn't. It must have been just enough to get my Sky Attack off. So he should... Yeah, okay. This was a few days ago, so I'm trying to remember. So we got our Sky Attacks at the same time. I just somehow got mine before him. That's what it was. That's what I thought. So this is a pretty close matchup, actually, considering that we both didn't take shields. Shields are definitely going to be... See, look, he got his off before me. Shield's definitely going to come in handy. I think I could win this fight with just Dragon Breath. You got to remember how powerful Dragon Breath is. Ooh, I did get it off. So, as you can see, Altaria is a lead. It's risky. It really is. Skarmory is a beast, guys. I'm telling you. You should have a Skarmory on your team, or at least think about it. Skarmory's a beast. And there we go. The Lapras. You guys probably already know what I'm going to send out. Do you? Do you? Huh? Look at this Razor Leaf damage. Look at the difference. Let me pause this for a second. Look at the difference of that. Are you kidding me? Razor Leaf doing 4 times damage to me with Ice. Razor Leaf doing just super effective damage. Tropius isn't even 1300 CP yet. It is even 1300 CP, and this is an extremely close battle. Now, of course, I'm going to get my... Oh, wow, I did not get my Leaf Blade off first. Actually, that makes sense, now that I think about it. So, yeah, it's Surf. I would have survived that, honestly. And almost would have Lapras dead just doing Razor Leaf against his Frost Breath. Now, for some reason, he didn't shield that. I don't know what kind of tactic he was going for, because look at that. Oh, my gosh. Look how much damage one Razor Leaf is doing. Woo! So that's why Tropius is a beast, because Quagsire, Whiscash, Marshtomp, these are 3 very good Pokemon, and Quagsire even has Sludge Bomb to actually counter Tropius, but there's no way your Quagsire is going to survive with those Razor Leafs hitting like a 1,000-pound, well, that's not even that much, but like a truck. And actually, he got his off. I think this is Sludge Bomb. Yep. So yeah, if you do a 1v1 matchup between those two, oh my goodness. And then I had Marshtomp ready to take it home. Could take any move that he throws at me. It's not going to do that much damage, especially poison against ground. I believe this doesn't hurt as much at all. Nope. And I take game 2. Go ahead and Surf, just to, you know, set it in stone. Marshtomp, why did I pick Marshtomp? It's for the position it's in. I have it on the back end because it has Mud Shot's really quick at charging up either Mud Bomb or Surf, depending on what situation I'm in. Surf would be good against a Charizard if he had Charizard last, but it's pretty good for tanking some like ice or some water types. Like if I was going against Lantern, it could tank against that a little bit because Marshtomp is a lot more tankier than like Whiscash and Quagsire. Well, I'll take that back. That's not true. It's more well-rounded. There we go. Marshtomp's a lot more well-rounded. You can make the same argument. I'm done talking about that. But I just set up Marshtomp really to test it. It is a good Pokemon. I think maybe you should lead with it, just in case your opponent comes out with an Ice type. It would be a pretty good lead. Now, if you're going up against Lapras, you better be careful. And you better be spamming those Surfs and those Mud Bombs as much as possible. Because if you can actually draw out those shields, when they have a Lapras in that situation, you're going to be A-okay for the rest of the battle. Now, something else I want to try is Skarmory for a lead. How powerful is Skarmory for leading a battle? It's pretty good. Skarmory can be put in any part of your team. It will perform well in this tournament. Look at that. Man, Sludge Bomb does nothing. So, Skarmory, I think is a staple. Should you use it every battle? No. Should it be on your team of 6? Absolutely. As you can see, I really don't have to say anything. You guys are seeing it firsthand. I know I can take this Sludge Bomb because it's all he has. Make sure you guys unlock a second move. I know it costs a lot, but a second move absolutely means everything because that's all he had was Sludge Bomb. Second moves are extremely important, as you guys can see. So I can already get a Sky Attack ready to go. I think I just go ahead and Feint. I try to do as much damage as I can. He's got one more shield left. Here we go. I think he uses his shield here too. And I already knew I almost had another Sky Attack, so I strategically did that. Not very effective, but that actually did a lot more damage than we thought it would. So I'll go ahead and just play this out. I think I use a shield here. Just so I can get another Sky Attack off? No. Oh, I do. I do. Because I want to get as much damage as I can possible. This is only my first Pokemon. So I want to do as much damage as I possibly can. Because I knew he wouldn't shield that. So now it's 1-to-1 on shields. And I'm looking pretty good. This Pokemon's almost dead, per se. Of course I'm going to bring out Tropius. This thing's going to murder him. Look at that. Razor Leaf is ridiculous. I shield this only, I didn't have to, but I did it only because I didn't want to take any more damage. Now this last Pokemon is where things get hairy. You think I've got this in the bag, right? You're extremely wrong. Altaria is a monster, especially when I don't have any shields left and I'm not doing very much damage. Air Slash would definitely come in handy here because he's going to use Sky Attack and it's going to one-hit me, especially at the damage that he's done already. I'm almost dead anyway. And he uses... oh, actually, it's Dragapulse. Well, still, if he had Sky Attack, I'd have been donezoed anyway. And you would think, oh, you got Jinx, right? Yeah, with Confusion. This is where it comes back to my last video I'm talking about. Quick moves are so important. If I had Frost Breath in this situation, I would win. And here's why. Let me explain this. So, Frost Breath. It got a buff, right? A damage buff. It does 4 times damage to Altaria because it's double weak to ice. So there's one thing. I get a stab bonus with ice. That's 20% more attack power. Couple that with a 4 times weak Altaria is to ice. I could have shredded this Altaria with Frost Breath alone and won the battle. But I had Confusion because I'm like, oh, Confusion got a buff too, right? Well, its animation time per turn is so long, it takes like 2 to 2.5 turns to get one attack off. Therefore, I'm waiting like 2.5 seconds for my charge moves to charge up. And as you can see, I'm about to get slaughtered. So, if you put Frost Breath on Jinx, it has a very high attack, like 142 at level, at perfect IVs. Jinx, it could be a very formidable foe with Psyshock and Avalanche in this tournament, so don't be discouraged about this video seeing that Jinx got destroyed by Altaria. That's only because I had Confusion. If I had Frost Breath, I would have won that without even using a charge move. So there you guys have it. There's a little analysis, a little practice. I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to even try some of the Pokemon combinations that I did and see how well it works for you. I know a lot of you guys have been saying Celio is pretty good. It could beat Lapras with Body Slam. Use it, try it, see how your community plays, because that's what it all comes down to. What Pokemon your community is going to choose, because they might not be doing all this research. They might be throwing out some pretty bizarre Pokemon that really throw you off guard. So practice, practice, practice. Choose some different Pokemon. Experiment. Try some of the Pokemon I use. Try different Pokemon that you lead out with. Try different Pokemon that you end the battles with on purpose, and see how well you do. As always, smash that like button, comment down below, let me know how your guys' practicing has been going. I would really love to hear some of your battle stories. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Be a part of the Fitz City fam. That's it, the boy Fitz City. I'm signing off. See you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.